play and call it work. MiniWarGaming's Warhammer 40k Battle Reports!
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Warhammer 40k Battle Reports. I'm here with Joel, and we are going to be playing just a 1500 point game of 40k. And so again, this is one of my first few games, so you guys are going to have to be a little lenient on my rules, and please leave any comments of anything I do wrong in the comments down below, and I will read them and review them and try to get better for you guys so I'm not making so many mistakes. I'm pretty sure you're good on rules, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, so hopefully Joel will be able to help me and make fewer mistakes than in the last couple of battle reports. So let's go check out the armies. And this is the army Joel will be playing with today. He's brought Space Marines. So what do you got here?
1,500 points, starting with the captain on a bike. He has a power sword. Then I have a tactical squad here, 5-man with a las cannon. The sergeant has a bolt gun. Then I have a 5-man scout squad. They have camo cloaks, which gives them an additional bonus to their armor save and cover. 4 sniper rifles and a missile launcher. Then I have 2 separate 3-man bike squads. The sergeants right here both have chainswords, and each one has 2 special weapons in them, and they're carrying grav guns. Over here I have a Veneral Dreadnought with a Dreadnought Power Fist, a Heavy Flamer, and twin las cannons. I have a Thunderfire cannon here with a Tech Marine gunner. I have 2 Predators, each with Predator autocannons and las cannon sponsons. And then in back I have a Storm Talon gunship with las cannons and a twin assault cannon. And I am using the Spearhead detachment for +1 command points.
Very nice. Here's my 1,500 points of Tau. I have brought the Outrider detachment to giving me extra fast attack slots. So we'll start with my 2 HQs, which is my Cold Star Commander here. He's going to have 2 marker drones with him, because he's going to be flying away, but the marker drones will still be able to run around and get some marker lights on a couple units. He's going to have the High Outburst Burst Cannon and Missile Pods. And our other commander is going to be Mark of Dave. I apologize, everyone out there. I'm going to be doing a little bit of proxying in this game because our suits are not quite equipped for 8th edition yet, so I'm hoping that Matthew will be able to get some magnetized suits, because unfortunately all of ours are actually glued, so we're going to have to get that changed. Maybe I'll have to talk to Lee about getting some changes. So this guy will be our commander with 4 fusion blasters with no systems, and he has a shield drone and a marker drone with him. And for our troop choices, we have 2 units of 10 breachers with Shazwi. They're just having their pulse blasters. Both of them will be inside Devilfish with burst cannons and 2 double pulse carbine drones. And what else we got? We've got a unit of 8 Pathfinders with their Shazwi. A Piranha with fusion blaster and drones. We've got a Riptide with his high yield burst cannon, I believe. And he does have fusion blasters on him, but I believe my list has him with, I gotta double check. He has smart missile systems, not fusion blasters. And coming over here, we've got 2 units of 4 Crude Hounds. I've seen online that these guys are apparently supposed to be super good, so I want to try them out. I know we only have 4 right now, but if they are much better, I will talk about someone and see if we can order some more. And then we've got 3 crisis suits, and then all of these are going to be equipped with triple plasma rifle each, and they each come with 2 double pulse carbine gun drones. And that will be my 1,500 points of Tau Empire. And here we are deployed up for the Secure and Control mission, which is an Eternal War mission, which is 2 objectives. We put on the battlefield right there, and all the way on this side right here, because we are playing Hammered Anvil deployment. And those 2 objectives, at the end of the game, if you control them, you score 3 victory points, as well as their Slay the Warlord, Line Breaker, and First Blood, that's the other one, of course, First Blood. So we are ready to deploy. We got some snipers, got a Thunderfire cannon in the back with the Tech Marine, got the character on bike, 2 tanks, the Dreadnought, more bikes, Flyer in the corner. And for the Tau, we've got Pathfinders, Crude Hounds, a Devilfish, another unit of Crude Hounds, Piranha, the other Devilfish, Cold Star Commander and a Riptide, and everything else will be in Manta Strike for the game. I did finish deploying first, but Joel gets the opportunity to seize the initiative, so he can get first turn, and he does not.
I'm going to command point that and try and roll it.
Going down to 3 command points already.
Does not.
And before the game starts, I get to Vanguard my Pathfinders up 7 inches. Moving their 7 inches up right to there, and then we will get right on to the first turn for the Tau. So I will start by having my Pathfinders advance 7 inches at the beginning. Well, I guess they're not going to advance because that's running in this game. So they're just going to move 7 inches. Getting to here. Ready to hopefully marker light stuff. The marker lights are heavy 1, so they will be getting -1 to hit this turn if they can get range on something though. The blue crew towns here are now actually going to advance, getting 12 plus 5. Able to make it all the way to here. Piranha's going to advance. Piranha can get all the way to there. It's 16 plus 3 for 19 inches. Those hounds are going to run. For a total of 16, but we're just going to tuck around here in case of fire. Whee! We're going to have this Devilfish advance, getting 12 plus 4. Able to hover over here, get to here. Riptide. It's just going to move up, get some better range on some bikes. And the Cold Star will to here. This Devilfish is just going to do a basic move right up to there. Going to actually just tuck these drones and hide them when we need to claim an objective. And with all that stuff moved, I'm going to go into my Manta Strike at the end of my movement phase. With my Manta Strike, able to get my commander right there, and the unit of 3 crisis suits and all their drones just bundling up to stay 9 inches away from that captain there on a bike. Going on to the shooting phase now, we're going to have the Pathfinders here fire their marker lights into those squad of bikes right there. Pathfinders normally hit on 5s, but because I move with my heavy weapons, which are the marker lights, it will be hitting on 6s. So we got, 3. Now this unit has 3 marker lights on it, which means I get to reroll hits of 1 for 1 marker light. At 2 marker lights, any Seeker or Destroyer missiles I have hit on ballistic skill instead of just 6s, but I don't have any of those. And then any heavy or assault weapons do not suffer penalties from moving or shooting. The Cold Star Commander is now going to try to fire into that bike squad with the marker lights on it. This is an Assault 8 Strength 5 weapon for the High Outburst Burst Cannon, and the commander is Weapon Skill 2, so hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of marker lights, but no need to. And it is Strength 5 against their Toughness of 5, so wounding on 4s. For, looks like only 2, with no AP. The gun has base no AP, but because he has the Advanced Targeting Systems support system, this is -1. 2 4-up saves. Failed 1. Putting the 1 wound onto the Sergeant. And then he's going to fire his Missile Pod, which is Assault 2, hitting on 2s. Both hit. And wounding on 3s for Strength 7. Getting just 1. The Missile Pod is -1 base, so my Advanced Targeting System brings it down to -2.
Fails it.
Now, the Missile Pod is D3 damage, but it does not matter, because he only has 1 wound left. Thinking back on it, I probably should have fired the Missile Pod first, but hey. Now the Riptide is going to shoot into the 2 remaining bikers. Now the Riptide hits on 4s with his high or heavy burst cannon. And it is heavy, but he does ignore it because I have 3 marker lights on there. And the heavy burst cannon is strength 6, so we are wounding on 3s. The -1 Ren goes down to -2 because Advanced Targeting System is on him as well.
Looking for 5s and another one dead.
Okay, so which one's going to get peeled off? That guy. Then we got 2 smart missile systems coming in on him on 4s. And re-rolling this 1 for the marker lights. Nothing. And these smart missile systems wound on 4s. 4, 4. No AP, but with the advanced targeting systems going down to -1, so wounding on, or saves on 4. All of them.
Made them.
Gonna have this drone, this little marker light drone, fire at the flyer, and it hits on a 5. Hey, 1 marker light. Then the commander with 4 fusion blasters is gonna fire into the flyer. He hits on 2s, re-rolling 1s. Ooh. And he does hit on 2s, but the fly special rule, or the
Hard to hit.
hard to hit special rule for flyers, means I would only be hitting on 3s, but all hit. So it is a strength 8 weapon versus toughness 6, so hitting on, or wounding on 3s for a tree in the way. Oh, only 1. The flyer has a 3-up save, but my weapon has -4 rend, so it ignores that and it does d6 damage. For 3. So the Storm Talon goes down to 7 wounds. Drones on the ground are going to shoot now. Because of their targeting protocol special rule, they have to target the closest model. So these 2 drones are closest to the flyer, and these 4 are closest to the captain. So I'll roll these 2 drones first into the Storm Talon, and they hit on 5s normally. So with the hard to hit special rule, I guess I go up to 6s. The pulse carbines on the drones are only strength 5, so I'm wounding on 5s for nothing. And then 16 shots into the captain on 5s. Strength 5 versus toughness 5, so hitting or wounding on 4s here for 2 wounds. With no AP to this weapon, he just gets a 3-up save. It makes
Failed.
oh,
But I
failed
have
1.
the 6-up.
Right, the Warlord trait, which he does not make, so suffering 1 wound. Going down to 5 wounds on that captain. Now I'm gonna have my plasma rifles shoot into the captain. Only 2 suits were in rapid fire range with their plasma rifles, so getting 15 shots, which are hitting on 4s. With strength 6, I am wounding on 3s. Ooh, only missing 3. -3 to your save, puts him down to a 6-up. For none of those, and getting another 6-up for your Warlord trait.
Ooh.
Hey, getting 2. So going down to
3.
3 wounds. The drones in this Devilfish are just within range with their 24-inch plasma carbines to hit the snipers on the roof. And the drones hit on 5s with their pulse carbines. Strength 5 against your toughness of 4, so 3s for just 2. No modifier on these, so just a 2-up save. Make them both.
Oh.
And that will end my shooting phase and the rest of the Tau turn, because we don't want to charge anybody. So we're just going to go right on to Space Marines turn 1. At the beginning of Space Marine turn 1, the Storm Talon's going to fly towards the suits. Going back just 1 second, we have a morale test to do on this unit of bike, because they did lose 2, and they are morale 7. So failing on a 5 or 6, but no, totally fine. Just failing on a 6, sorry, I did math wrong. But now he's going to speed his way up to there. And his friends are going to follow up. Looking like that. Captain on the bike is going to move just outside of an inch of the drones and the suits down there. Marines in the building, just shuffling up to get a little bit better range. And the Dreadnought is going to walk up to there. On to the shooting phase. The Thunderfire Cannon is going to shoot into the Crude Hounds over here. Heavy 4d3 shots, so how many shots do we have here? Oh, not too many.
Yeah.
These will be wounding on 3s. All wound. And I get a 6-up save against these. None of them, so all the Crude Hounds go down. And they're gone. Or not. Now they are. The captain now is going to fire the twin bolt guns from his bike into the drones. Definitely within rapid fire range. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. All hit.
It's a toughness.
Toughness is 3 on the drones, I believe? Or 4s, actually. Toughness 4 on drones.
So 4's the wound.
All wound. With no AP, I just got my 4-up save. and fail 1. So I'm going to have this drone die. Nope, that breaks coherency. I'll take that one. Now the Marines here are going to fire, shooting their bolt guns at the Pathfinders up ahead, and the one las cannon. It's going all the way over here at the Cold Star Commander. But the Commander is a character, so he can't actually fire at him. He's got to fire at the Piranha down there. Shooting the bolt guns into the Pathfinders first. Hitting on 3s. And 3s for strength 4. Just 1. No AP, so I get my 5-up save. Made it. Last cannon on the Piranha, hitting on a 3. Hits. And it's wounding the Piranha on a 3. For a wound. The AP of the weapon is -3, which ignores my Piranha's 4-up save.
So D6 damage.
For 2 damage. That puts the Piranha at 4 wounds left. Scout squad on top of the building is going to fire their sniper rifles all the way across the board into the Cold Star Commander, and the missile launcher in the squad is going for the Piranha. We're going to fire the snipers first, and they are hitting on 3s for 3. Wounding on 4s against the Cold Star, and 6s cause mortal wounds in addition to the normal hit.
Wounding on
5, sorry. So nothing. And the missile on 3s against the Piranha. No.
nothing.
The Predator out front is now going to fire into the Riptide. Heavy autocannon is 2d3 shots for 4. Hitting on 3s. The Riptide is toughness 7, so this is wounding on 4s. 3. The weapon is only -1 AP, and the Riptide does have cover from that shot, so they ignore each other, so I still get my 2-up save. Failing 1 though, and that just deals 3 wounds to the Riptide. Last cannon sponsons into the Riptide on 3s. Both of them. And wounding on 3s. That has -3 AP, but again, cover brings it to a 4. So I'm still going to be taking my armor save here. And making them both. The remaining 1 bike from this squad will shoot into the Cold Star. The bolt guns on the bike, hitting on 3s. Only strength 4, so wounding on a 5. But getting 1. Just getting my 3-up save. And I don't make it. Taking a single wound, going down to 5. Now firing the grav gun on 3s. Both hit. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound. Using a command point to reroll the 1. And with a -3 armor modifier, I need to roll a 6-up. And I do not, so I suffered D3 damage. So D3 damage, 2. Just remembering that he does have the Warlord trait that gives him a 6-up save against all wounds, so we're going to roll 2 and then that one. So we're going to roll all 3 of these, so any 6s? No. He goes down to 3. Now the 3-man bike squad into the Commander as well. Bolt guns firing first on 3s. And wounding on 5s here. Oh, getting quite a few. 3-up save. Failing 1. 6-up. Against it. Nope. So down to 2. 2 grav guns down. On 3s. Half miss. And wounds on 4s. For 1. Then I have a 6-up. And then D3 damage. And that... Oh, I do get saves. I gotta make 2 of these. And I do not, so I lose my Cold Star Commander. And that is Slay the Warlord. See, that was Slay the Warlord, and I did forget to mention that when we killed the crew count over here, that was Slay the Warlord for the Space Marines as well. The other one, sorry, my bad. That was First Blood, not Slay the Warlord. Predator is now going to fire up here at the Commander. Heavy 2d3 on the autocannon for how many shots? 4. And this hits on 3s. And they wound on 3s. Nothing. Wow. Spawns and las cannons on 3s. And 3s. So because that las cannon does do D3 damage, I'm going to pass that wound off onto this shield drone here, who gets a 5-up invul. And he does not make that.
Yeah.
Down goes the shield drone. Now the Dreadnought. All the way across the board. At the Devilfish behind the pipes here. Dreadnought normally hits on 2s, but he did move, so only on 3s this turn. But it didn't matter. And on 3s to wound. For 2 wounds. So the weapon is -3 AP, but I am getting cover for being behind those pipes. So I get a save on a 5-up. Double ones. D6 damage apiece. Oh boy.
8.
And that puts the Devilfish down to 4. It's significantly wounded, so it'll be shooting and moving less. That ends the shooting phase. Onto the charge phase. The Captain on a Bike is going to declare a charge into the drones here. And we're going to offer a huge overwatch, bringing the crisis suits and the commander and that marker drone, or the marker drone, into this overwatch for the greater good. So the marker drone is going to overwatch first on 6s. Nope. 4 fusion blasters from the commander are going to overwatch 6s. The plasma rifles from the suits on 6s. We got 5 hits, and they are strength 7, wounding on 3s. For 4. This is -3 AP. Bring your save down to
6s.
You made 1.
And then he gets the
Warlord trait.
Warlord trait.
Yep. For none.
Wow, he is dead.
Dead in the overwatch. And with that failed charge, that will end the Space Marines turn 1. Beginning of the movement phase, the remaining Smurf Crude Hounds are going to go right to here. Hug the wall. Now this Devilfish is going to move its 12 right to here. This Devilfish's movement is crippled to 6 inches because it's down to 4 wounds, so it's just going to advance an additional 3 inches. It's going to float like this. Now the Piranha here is going to fly up, get an inch away from the Predator. This Commander will fly up to there and here. Now the suits are going to jump over, get within rapid fire range of the back Predator there to fire their plasma rifles. And the drones are going to zip up their 8, staying behind the suits. Like so. So the Pathfinders are going to be the first ones to shoot in the shooting phase, because there is... Didn't lose one last turn, did I? Nope, there's still 8 of them. So we're going to have 6 of them fire into the Predator, and 2 of them into the Bike Squad over there. They did not move this turn, so they will be hitting on 5s, and into the Predator. Got 1. Now let's see if we can get one on the Bike Squad. No. So now the Devilfish is going to fire its burst cannon and the drones into the scouts up here. The burst cannon from the Devilfish is hitting on 4s. 4-3. Or 2, sorry. And the burst cannon is strength 5, so wounding on 3s. For 2 wounds. 2 up saves. Oh, failing 1. That's all we needed, because the Crude Hounds, when they charge, if they're charging a unit that has suffered more than 1 unsaved wound, or an unsaved wound or more, then they get to re-roll their charges. And the 8 pulse carbines from the drones, hitting on 5s. And this is only strength 5, so 3s as well, for 1 more wound. Just don't roll a 1. You're good. The crisis suits here are now going to fire into this Predator. So they will be hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s for the marker light. 4 1s to re-roll. Strength 6 versus toughness 7, so needing 5s. With -3 to your save, only getting a 6 up. Making 1. Predator down to 7. Now the gun drones are going to fire their pulse carbines. The pulse carbines from the drones hitting on 5s into the Predator. Getting a whole whack of those and wounding on 5s for a good chunk more. And he gets his full 3-up save against these. And makes them all. Oh. The Piranha's Fusion Blaster is going to go into this. Fusion Blaster hits on a 4. Gets a reroll his ones for marker lights. And it hits. And this is wounding on 3s because it's strength 8. And it hits. And no save against this, so d6 damage. I actually would have got to roll 2 d6 and choose the highest, but I did roll a 6 on my 1, so that just goes down to 1. And the 4 drones from the Piranha here have to go right into this Predator. These are hitting on 5s and wounding on 5s. 3-up save here. Made them both. Crisis Commander is going to fire his Fusion Blasters into the flyer. He is hitting on 3s because it's hard to hit. So 3 hits. This is wounding on 3s. 2. No save against this, so just d6 damage. I gotta check actually if I'm in Melta range. Just an inch out of Melta, so 2d6 for 4 and a 3. And that is just enough to blow up the flyer.
Oh, I gotta roll a d6 to see if he explodes, actually.
Oh yeah. What is? Does it explode?
Nope.
No explosion. Just flies that way off the board. This devilfish will fire all of its weapons at this guy. And he hits on 5s because he is below half wounds. And he wounds on 4s for 1 wound. 3-up save. And he fails it. So going back, actually that devilfish did advance. So it was only actually hitting on 6s, not 5s. So there was 1 hit that was a 5 and 1 that was a 6. So we're going to roll a 4-up, and this wound stays. No. So this wound does not happen. We forgot that everything that happened. So now the drones are only hitting on 6s. Even if they didn't advance, there still would have been no hits. Now the Riptide is going to shoot at the big unit of bikes, and someone's going to hit the light switch. And nope, we're still in the dark. There we are. Hi. 8 shots from the heavy burst cannon hitting on 4s. This is wounding on 3s because it's strength 6. With a -1 rend, getting a 4-up save against it. Failing 2.
1 dies.
So one of your bikers here dies.
It's gonna be the Sergeant.
Of course, not the grav guns.
Never the
And then the 8 shots from the smart missile systems on 4s. Ooh. And this is strength 5, so 4s. Nope. With that unfortunate shooting ending the shooting phase, we're gonna go right into charges and have the Piranha declare charge against the Predator. Overwatching with the autocannon first.
heavy
2d3 for 3.
3.
Sixes. Oh boy. Getting a 3. No. Whew. Are you gonna command point it?
You know what? I am. I'm gonna command point that and go down to 1.
Okay. Reroll. Getting it. This is a -1 to my rend, so my 4-up goes to a 5-up. But do I want to command point it? This is d6 damage?
3 damage apiece.
3 damage
Yep,
apiece.
so it'll be a flat 3.
Okay, then I'll only go down to 1 wound. Okay, I'll do it. I'll take it. Go to 1. And the 2 last cannons on 6s. Nothing. And no need to roll because I just got within an inch, so boop. Now the Crude Hounds are going to try to make their charge up here at the Scouts, needing a 7-inch charge to get at least one guy up on this top corner. Hey, we do have a reroll. Woo! Getting 3 up, but we did forget to do an Overwatch, so we're going to go back and do that real quick. 3 snipers on 6s.
Nothing.
And nope. Then firing a frag missile for d6 shots. For 1. On a 6. No. So the Crude Hounds will swing into the Scouts now. On 3s. Strength 3 against toughness 4. Hitting or wounding on 5s here. For 2. Getting a 4-up save.
1 dies.
Now my Piranha is going to attack into the Predator. Getting 2 attacks on 6s. No. On to Joel's turn to fight. He's going to have these guys pile in. 3 attacks on 3s. For 2. And wounding on 3s. And the Crude Hounds have a 6-up save. They make 1, so the guy on the ground will die. Now the Predators are going to try to punch the Piranha. So it's got 3 attacks, hitting on 6s.
Nothing.
Now that ends the close combat phase. We go into the morale phase. I lost 1 Crude Hound. They are leadership 5. So on a 5 up, a few flee. Oh.
2 run away.
2 are running. So we're going to have this guy. And share this guy. And the scouts are leadership 8, and they lost 2, so nobody's going to be running. And only 1 bike died over here. They are also leadership 7. So even if he rolled a 6, it'd just go up to a 7 and nobody would flee. First up in Space Marine turn 2, the Venerable Dreadnought is going to walk over towards the Devilfish. The first unit of bike, or the unit of bike, because there's 1 left, is going to go to there. And the squad of 2 up behind, heading towards the objective. And that ends the super fast movement phase. Now the bikes are going to shoot. Are they going to go into the Riptide?
They are all going to fire at the Riptide, yep.
So starting with the one that has 1 left in its squad, so it'll be firing its twin-linked bolt guns. Or not twin-linked, I guess just twin bolt guns. Mm-hmm. And hitting on 3s. Needing 5s. Ooh, 3 wounds. Just a 2-up save. Well, just a 2-up save. Oh, going down to 10. Grav gun gets 2 shots on 3s. Hitting 1. And this wounds on a 3, I believe.
On a 5.
5. Other way. No.
And then
Yeah, that is quite a nerf for the grav guns. I thought they would be much higher strength. But then these 2 are going to fire in. Bolt guns into the Riptide on 3s. And wounding on 5s.
nothing.
For none. I guess this kind of throws the average back in order because the last one was quite high.
Yeah.
2 grav guns on 3s. Although 1. And wounding on 5s. Nothing. Wow. Good job, Riptide. You apparently have good dodging skills. Tactical squad's up next. The large las cannon over here is going into the wounded Devilfish. And the bolt guns are going to go into the drone unit. So the 4 bolt guns into the drones, hitting on 3s. 4, 2. And strength 4 against toughness 4, so just hitting on 4, or wounding on 4s here.
Nothing.
No. Las cannon into the Devilfish on 3s. Wow. Thunderfire cannon shooting into the drones. Heavy 4d3 shots. So how many shots we getting? For 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this hits on 3s. Not bad. It is strength 5, so it is wounding on 3s here. Ooh. And the drones have a 4-up save because there's no rend. And 2 are going down. Actually leaving this one and taking this one so we can use our save rear protocol. The wounded predator here is going to fire into the wounded Devilfish. So the auto cannon is getting its heavy 2d3 shots. 4, 4. And it is hitting on 5s because it is severely damaged. Wow, still getting 3. And wounding on 4s because it is toughness 7. And getting 1. That gun is -1 to my, or -1 AP, but I do have cover, so still getting my 3-up save here. But I'm getting it 2, so it takes 3 more wounds. I believe it's at 4. Yep, and it's going down to 1. 2 las cannon sponsons on 5s. Wow! And this wounds on 3s. Still 1. The -3 and the cover getting a 5 up here, please. Oh, and it still lives with 1 wound. Dreadnought here is going to try to finish off the Devilfish.
And the heavy flamer is actually going to fire at the unwounded Devilfish.
Okay, cool. Twin las cannon into the Devilfish first here on 3s. And 3s. Getting both.
What's up, right?
I need to make both of these here. Oh yeah, because I'm not getting cover from this angle. So just getting a 6-up. Only making 1 of the 2. So the Devilfish is destroyed, and now all of my all my embarked units have disembarked. So there are the 10 breachers. There we go. I completely forgot what they were. And the 2 gun drones. We just brought in the models that were slain because those guys didn't have stands. And now I have to roll a dice for every model that disembarked. And on a 1, I get to choose how many models, or on a 1, there's suffers a model gets slain. I get to choose, so even though there are 10 of these guys and 2 of these guys, I don't have to roll 2 dice and 10 dice. I get to just roll 12 and then choose my casualties from there. So here's 12 dice, and on 1s, models are slain. So 2, and that'll just be the drones then, because we'll just keep our breachers around. And the devilfish
And then
goes away. But actually, before I remove it, we gotta see if it explodes. On a d6, on a 6 it explodes. It's a 1, so now it finally gets removed. Now the heavy flamer into this devilfish. D6 auto hits. 1. Strength 5 versus toughness 7. Hits or wounds on 5, but nothing. With the shooting phase ending, going around to the charges. So this dreadnought is going to try to charge this devilfish, which will overwatch. 8 shots from the drones on 5s. Or 6s, sorry. And strength 5 versus toughness 7. Wounding on a 5 here. Just a 2. And then 4 shots from the burst cannon on 5s. Nope. Or 6s again. Why do I keep saying 5s? He's 5 inches away, so he needs a 4-inch charge. Oh yeah. Getting it with a 5. Boop. The dreadnought's going to pile in a little bit, I guess. And then swing his close combat weapon, which is 4 attacks on 2s.
On 2s.
Oh boy. So that's 4 hits. He is wounding on 3s with strength 14, or 12, sorry. Strength 12. Ugh. Oh boy. 2. My 3-up save goes to a 6-up. Nothing. So 3 damage apiece, so he suffers 6 wounds. Down to 6 on the devilfish. After charges, Joel's going to choose the unit of scouts to attack into the dog. And they are hitting on 3s. For 1, 3s. That's enough. I need to make this 6-up. Hey, the dog lives! Then I will have the piranha swing. 2 attacks on 6s. And nothing. Joel just has the predator left. So 3 attacks on 6s. Hey, you got 1. Needing 3s to wound here. No! So the piranha has a 4-up save. No! So the piranha is dead. And the 2 gun drones have disembarked. So on a 1, one of them is slain. Or, well, there goes 1. Okay, so I did lose a gun drone. And then on a 6, the piranha is destroyed. Or explodes, sorry. And it's exploding.
There's been some crazy rules in this game. 1 mortal wound gets on each unit within 3 inches. So kills that gun drone and makes the predator take 1 wound. And then it's removed. And it's at this point that we're realizing that I should have actually been attacking in close combat with my drones. We figured that they were embarked, so they wouldn't be able to attack, but it does say they are weapons, so I guess they would attack in close combat, but not a big deal. And last up, my Kroot Hound is going to swing into the scouts. 2 attacks on 3s. And wounding on a 5. And he wounds! And he gets a 4-up save against it. And he makes it. And with that, that ends combat for Space Marines. Turn 2. So first up, we're going to have the breachers advance, or just move 6 inches, sorry. Gotta stop saying that. Up to here. The commander here will jump down to there with his drone. Marker drones. Then a move so they can see the bikes. Devilfish, the breachers inside are going to disembark. So actually going to get out like this and bring the gun drones out as well. And then the devilfish will just disembark, only being able to move, or disengage, sorry. Fall back, thank you, Steve. Only able to move 6, but getting outside of an inch if I kind of pivot like that. Pathfinder's just advancing 6, or moving 6, sorry. And then the gun drones are gonna just zip out in front. So we'll be able to use their guns against that predator and maybe take off the last wound. Now on to shooting. We're gonna have the Pathfinders fire all their marker lights into the predator with 1 wound left, because that's all they can really see. So 8 shots hitting on 6s. Got 2, 3. Yeah, that's my bad. Actually, Pathfinders are ballistic skill 4, not 5. I was looking at their weapon skill column all game. So they should have been hitting on 5s because heavy and moving.
We're going to go back 1 second into the movement phase. I'm going to Nova charge this Riptide by having it suffer a mortal wound and not be able to find a 9. There we go. Going down to 9 and Nova charging his heavy burst cannon. Now back into the shooting phase, drones firing into the Predator. 12 shots hitting on 5s, rerolling 1s for marker lights. And wounding on 5s. No! I actually have to commit some real guns to it. The Devilfish can just see the Predator, so it's going to fire its burst cannon at it. Hitting on 5s because it is wounded. Getting 1. And wounds on a 5 as well. No. Fusion Commander is going to fire at the 10 wound Predator. Actually, first his marker drone is going to fire. It did move, so only hitting on a 6. Nope. Actually, marker drones do not suffer the penalty from moving and shooting heavy weapons, so that would have just been on a 4, but a 1 still misses. Or 5, that's the ballistic skill of drones, not 4s. I don't know what I'm saying. So the 4 fusion blasters at the Predator on 2s. And his wounding on 3s, because strength 8 versus toughness of 7. So the -4 of the fusion does go through his armor, and that they are within melter range, so I gotta roll 2d6 per wound, and choose the highest. So for the first wound, 6, and 3. And that brings the Predator down to 1 wound. Now the Squad of Crisis suits here, because they have 9 plasma rifles, I'm going to put 5 and 4 into these tanks. So we're going to have the 10 into this one first. 10 shots, rerolling 1s to hit, and hitting on 4s. 2 rerolls. And wounding on 5s here for 3. 3 6-up saves. Not 1. That does take the final wound off this Predator. Does it explode on a 6? Nope. Boop. The 8 other shots from the plasma rifles, not rerolling to 1. Not rerolling the 1s, but hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5s. 3 more 6-ups. And he makes 1, but not the 2 other. So does it explode on a 6? Nope. Just boop. Breachers are going to fire into the Dreadnought now. This is 20 shots at close range for their weapons, and they are hitting on 4s. And they are strength 6 at close range, but still only wounding on 5s here. Hey! Also at close range, getting -2 to the AP, so saving on 5s here. None. But he does ignore those wounds on a 6 because he's a Venerable Dreadnought. But not a 1. I didn't even realize that was Yahtzee! Woohoo! Dreadnought down to 3. The 2 drones will fire into him as well. 8 shots on 5s. And wound on 5s. For 3! Saving on 3s here. Just 1. Going down to...
Ignoring on a 6.
Oh, yep. Bring it back. On a 6. Nope, still suffers it. Down to 2. The Breachers here, who just disembarked, have nobody to shoot at. Now we're going to have the Riptide with the Nova charged heavy burst cannon fire into the 2 bikes. And the smart missile systems will go into the single bike. So the heavy burst cannon Nova charge has 12 shots hitting on 4s. 3s to wound because it is strength 6. So when the weapon is Nova charge, it is AP 2, and I have advanced targeting systems. I think I forgot that in the last turn, but he does have that, which gives his gun an additional -1 AP. So getting -3 to this save.
1 wound.
And the 8 smart missiles into the single bike on 4s. And 4s to wound. For 3. Normally no AP, but advanced targeting systems does bring them down to -1. So needing a
4s.
Hey,
Takes a wound.
Takes a wound on the front bike. Still not killing one though. And with that unfortunate Riptide shooting, that ends the shooting phase. No charges to declare this turn, but we're gonna go on to this combat. So the Crude Hound has 2 attacks on 3s against the Scouts. And the dog wounds on 5s. For 1. 4 up. No! He eats 1 more Scout. Nom nom nom. 2 guys swinging back on 3s. Wounding on 3s as well. Can he make his 6 up again? Nope. down goes the Smurfhound. And ending that combat ends Tau turn 3. Bikes are going to zoom up to the objective here. That one getting there, and the other squad of 2 getting up behind it. And then the Dreadnought is just going to get within 1 inch of my breachers. Venerable Dreadnought firing his las cannons into the Devilfish and the Flamer into the breachers. Las cannon shots first on 3s. 1 and 3s. And the las cannon is -3, bringing my 3 up down to a 6 up. Don't make it. D6 damage for 5. Bringing that Devilfish down to 1 wound.
6 was right there.
E6 automatic hits from the Flamer. 3. Strength 5 against my toughness of 3. -1 AP brings my 4 up to a 5 up. And I don't make either of them. So, you're gonna go. And you're gonna go. I'm actually gonna allocate those 2 wounds off to these 2 gun drones, because we want the higher strength and more AP. Scouts are firing next. The missile is firing a crack missile into this guy, or a frag missile, sorry.
Frag missile, yeah, at the breacher squad.
And the sniper will be firing into the commander. Frag missile first, D6 shots. 2. And hitting on 3s. For 1. And wounding on 3s. Nothing! And the sniper hits on a 3 at the commander. Strength 4 versus toughness 5, so wounding on 5s. Not a wound. The squad of Marines here are going to have the 3 back bolt gun guys fire into the Pathfinders. The guy up in the front corner there throw a grenade at the Devilfish, and the las cannon is going to come at the Riptide. That's what it was, I've completely forgotten. All the way over there. Crack grenade hitting the Devilfish on a 3. Hits. Wounds on a 5. For a wound.
4 up.
4 up. And I make it. Whew. Las cannon into the Riptide on a 3. Wounds the Riptide on a 3. The Riptide has a 2-up save. The las cannon has a -3 AP modifier. And I am in cover. So, I dropped it. I get a 4-up save here. Which I make. Whew. And 3 bolt guns into the Pathfinders on 3s. Not 1. Thunderfire cannon firing its shots into the breacher squad over here. D4, 4, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. And they wound on 3s. Or hit on 3s. Now wounding on 3s. For all 4. No AP, so just 4 ups. And I fail 1. So, you can go. The single bike will fire its bolt guns into the marker drones, and the grav gun into the Riptide. Guns into the drones first on 3s. Wounding on 4s. For 2. Drones have a 4 up. For a 1, so, whoop. Grav into the Riptide on a 3. Wounds on a 5. Nothing. I'm using last command point to re-roll it. For another 1. And the squad of 2 bikes, the bolt guns into the drone again. And grav guns into the Riptide. Bolt guns onto the drone on 3s. Wounding on 4s. 2 4-ups, and I need to make both of them. And I do! The grav guns into the Riptide on 3s.
3s.
Wounds on 5s. For 1. 5-up invul or 5-up armor save, doesn't matter. Just a 4. D3 damage. For all 3. Oh boy. Puts my Riptide down to 6. And I believe I'm going to start taking penalties. Onto the charge phase, declaring a charge with the bikes into the drone here, and I'm going to overwatch my marker light for fun on 6s. Ha ha ha!
Wasted your 6.
You have 1 marker light, sir, and your charge distance? Totally enough to get in. Yes, I know that marker light does nothing, but it makes me laugh. Dreadnought is going to charge the Breacher Squad, and I will Overwatch. 18 shots from Overwatch, hitting on 6s. Strength 6 for toughness 7, so 5s. You need to make 2 5-up saves to have him not die in the Overwatch. Oh!
6s.
Down to 1. Oh!
Venerable 6s.
6s for the ignoring. No.
Should have rolled that.
You can reroll your charge distance for camera. There we go. You're totally in. You would have got it on double 1s anyway. The Venerable is going to swing into the Breachers. Gets 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Wounding on 2s as well. Bleh. So that just kills off 4. Those guys. And the bikes into the drone on 3s. And 4s. For nothing. The drone's going to try to punch you back on 5s. Nope. And then my 5 Breachers will swing back. There is a Shazwee, so I get 6 attacks. That hit on 5s. But only wounding on 6s. None. So now into the morale phase. These Breachers need to take a check. On a 1, 2, or 6, nobody flees. The 6 is for my Bonding Knife Ritual. And Bonding Knife Ritual saves my Breachers. This marker drone here is going to fall back. Then the Riptide. Gonna turn right. Actually, you don't even need to move, sir. You can still stay there and shoot. I forgot. Facing doesn't matter. So we're just going to... do we take a wound so we can actually kill some things? Yes, we do. Nova Reactor. And these drones are gonna float up. 8 inches. Whoop. Whoop. And then their suits are gonna follow suit. Thanks, Steve. It was funny. And Commander is gonna hop down with his drone. Breachers here are going to walk around this corner. Pathfinders are going to advance 7. Move 7, my bad. Breachers are now going to disengage and back up, falling back to there.
At this point.
Whoop. He's just going to get a little bit farther away from the Dreadnought, and that was a beautiful belch, sir.
Thank you.
Moving on to shooting, we're just going to have the Pathfinders shoot their pulse carbines, because they both have, or they have a pulse carbine and a marker light, so they're just going to shoot their pulse carbines into this Dreadnought to try to finish them off. One of the Pathfinders cannot see, so only getting 14 shots, hitting on 4s. Strength 5, wounding on 5s. Hey, all I need is one of these. And the Dreadnought has a 3-up, 6-up save, so I just need one of these to go through. Oh, no!
Saved him.
Nice.
First cannons from the Devilfish into the Dreadnought on 5s. It's actually hitting on 6s, so I only rolled a 5, so no hits. These Breachers will fire into the Space Marines. But they actually don't have range, because these are not pulse carbines, these are pulse blasters, which are only 15-inch range max. Unfortunately, if I thought of that, I probably would have advanced, because they are assault, but whatever. We learn. We're going to have the Marker Light drone fire into the unit of Space Marines on 5s, but nope. Fusion Commander into the Thunderfire Cannon, and he hits on 2s. Strength 8 against Toughness 6, so 3s. Wow. So the -4 Ren does ignore all save from the gun, so we have D6 damage for 5. And it only has 4 wounds, so down it goes. Plasma Rifles into the Space Marines on 4s. And wounding on 3s. Only getting a 5-up save because of the -3 AP. Making 3.
I'm gonna kill the regular guys.
The Riptide is going to shoot all of its weapons into this unit of 3 because we do have target lock, so if I fire all my weapons into one target, they get a reroll 1s.
You have 2.
2? 2? Yeah, this guy. Whatever this is. I did this! Everybody's here, so we have a little bit of an audience. Well, everybody is in Steve and Josh.
We're everybody, Josh.
We are. We're kind of big deals.
Getting 12 shots because I did Nova Charge the Burst Cannon. And he hits on 5s because he's wounded, re-rolling 1s. 1 reroll. Strength 6, wounding on 3s. And saving on 3s. Or no, sorry, saving on 6s, because minus 3 AP. Yes, finally. And that kills those bikes. And of course I wasted my smart missiles. But he's still alive. And with that, that ends Tau turn 4. Space Marine's turn 4. Quickly, we need to do a morale test over here, though, before we get into Space Marine turn 3. If he rolls a 6, he loses a guy. Turn 5? Oh yeah, it's turn 5. Roll. Going to the bottom of turn 4. I don't know, I'm apparently saying all the numbers wrong.
It's turn 17, I thought.
Yeah, at least 32. Dreadnought is getting up in the Breacher's grill. Tech Marine is going to just walk, just so he's just around the corner, but still not having to advance. And falling down.
Still within 3 inches of that center of that objective, too.
Of course. Because, yeah, it's 3 inches in the center right there.
Yep.
The bike there is just going to stay within 3 of the objective with just his tail, but moving close enough to shoot the Riptide, because he cannot get out of line of sight anyway. On to the shooting phase. We're going to start off with the Dreadnought and have the Flamer into the Breachers and the Las Gun into the Devilfish. Rolling the Las Gun into the Devilfish first on 3s for 1 and wounding on a 3. Getting a 6 up save. No. The Devilfish does explode on a 6, but it does not. I could use a command point to re-roll it. Do I want to? You know what? The game's almost over and I still have 3 command points left, so no. So off goes the Devilfish. E6 auto hits into the Breachers for 1. Wounds on a 3. 5 up save because minus 1. Scouts up here are going Sniper into the Commander and Missile Launcher into the Riptide. Sniper hits on a 3. Wounds on a 5. 6s do mortal wounds, and that's a mortal wound. So I do get a 3 up save against the 1 wound, but the mortal wound always goes through. Hey, down to 5 wounds. Missile Launcher hitting the Riptide on a 3. Wounds on a 3. With a minus 2, getting a 4 up. Hey, buddy. Space Marine Tactical Squad has the Sergeant into the Pathfinders and the Las Cannon into the Riptide. Bolt guns hit on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Las Cannon on 3s on the Riptide. Reroll that.
Nailed it.
On 3s. No! Use the command point and everything. Bike shooting all of his guns into the Riptide. Bolt guns hitting on 3s. And wounds on a 5. Nothing. Grab on a 3. 5. For no wound. The Riptide is king. Dreadnought's gonna charge it. I'm gonna Overwatch. 8 shots hitting on 6s. For 2.
Of course.
Strength 6 against toughness 7. 5s. For 1. That's all we need. Using a command point to reroll this. Hey, 2. With a minus 2 rend. Or AP. Hitting on 5. Or wounding on 5. Saving on 5. That's the other one. Nope. And 6 up.
Pair of 6's box cart.
Oh! On a 6, the Dreadnought blows up. No.
Rolls.
Boop. Top of turn 5 for the Tau. Commander's going to advance. Getting an additional inch. And 9 gets him to here. The drone will advance as well. And that is able to get it to here. Whoop. 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 These guys going with it. Breachers will advance. 11 inches, able to get him to here. They're going to advance up. 7. So there. And Pathfinders, just gonna do something like this. On to shooting. Marker drone is gonna shoot at the Tech Marine on a 5. Nope. Then we're gonna have 4 fusion blasters coming in. He did advance this turn, so only hitting on 3s. Strength 8 against toughness 4, so 2s to wound. But still rolling a 1. -4 to a save, but +1 for cover. So on 5s,
So close.
I'm within melter range, so as long as I don't roll double 1s here. Well, I got double 2s,
That's
but
all you needed.
2 wounds on him. Breachers at medium range into the Mace Marines.
Mace Marines?
20 shots, hitting on 5s because they did advance. Only 3. These are strength 5 against your toughness of 4, so 3s. My -1 AP negates your cover, so just a 3-up save. Failing 1. Yay! It's gone, finally. 12 shots from the drones into them. On 5s. 3s again. For 1. 2 up for cover. Gonna have all 9 of my plasma rifles fire into the scouts. Just 9 shots for being outside of rapid fire on 4s. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. 3 2s though. 2 saves at -3, so 5 up. Just making 1. Down goes missile launcher. 8 shots from these breachers at the remaining, the scout. On 4s. They did advance, so actually 5s. And just strength 4 for being at, I don't even long range. There we go. And 4s for 2. No AP, so just saving on 2s. Nothing. 18 shots from the Pathfinder's pulse carbines at, you know what? Let's go for him. On 4s. Strength 5 against toughness 4 on 3s. No AP, so 2 ups. No 1s. And the Riptide is going to fire all of his weapons into here. Actually, we'll shoot the 1 marker drone on a 5. No. 8 shots from the heavy burst cannon on 5s, because I am quite wounded. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Both of them. -2, because it's not Nova reacted. 5 ups. 2 wounds. And that takes him out. Whew. On to the bottom of turn 5, the Space Marine, who is left, is going to walk to that dice, which is 6 inches, because we did a lot of pre-measuring for this. And that's where he's going to land.
He's going to declare charge at
The little gun drone there?
Yeah.
Or the marker drone?
The marker drone.
So if he's able to make this charge, he can actually get that Space Marine within 3 inches of this objective and win the game, potentially, if the turn ends after if the game ends after turn 5. But he has to weather all of my Overwatch. So he's going to Overwatch, and these suits are just within 6 inches to also Overwatch.
I should probably move him back though in case it continues, right?
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah,
So before we do that, yeah, you can totally move him.
I'm gonna
Advance?
advance him
If it continues, he's gonna shoot him.
4 inches.
Getting to there.
Right.
Actually going to there.
To there.
Because he did roll a dice and getting +4 to that.
Yeah, because I can math. That's basically what happened.
It's okay. It's the end of it's near the end of the day. Now there's everybody in the room. So he's gonna Overwatch. 4 shots from the fusion blasters on 6s. Wounds on a 2. So as that ignores his save,
That does ignore the save.
and you're gonna call the game there, sir.
Yes, I am calling the game.
All right.
Good game.
Good left-handed handshake. Vault members, click the link below to see the next game that I will be playing in the Vault with Dakota. And it'll be another game of Tau vs. Space Marines, this time featuring a Storm Surge. So thank you guys so much for watching our video. Click the link in the description down below if you're not already a Vault member to get yourself a 7-day free trial. And happy wargaming!